All right. This is it. This is it, folks. This is it, my boys. It's time to have ourselves a nice little show. Now, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is Showa60 and darn this camera. And darn this. Oops. But yeah. Let's talk Dragoncon, shall we? So, I want to say that this past weekend has been a hell of a blast. And it's also fortuitous to know that Dragoncon has been one of the best cons this year. So, if you're on YouTube, come see me. You can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/GoKaiShowa13. You can also find me on Picarto. All links are in the description below. Now, I want to say that I had a hell of a time at Dragoncon 2018. It was just extraordinary. I never thought I would be having this much fun at Dragoncon, but the closest I've had to it was like last year. Okay, come on, camera. Come on, webcam. So, that said, we're going to have ourselves a little fun and talk about what is to be one of the greatest conventions that ever rocked the city of Atlanta. Now, I guess what can happen here is that wow. Alright, see, Discord is having some serious fun right now. Overlay text chat. And then there's VR chat. All right. But yeah, folks, we're live and ready to go. So, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Seki for providing us this kick-ass piece of art here, which is Samus from the Metroid series of video games. Do this line art. Here's some of my artwork. Here's more of Seki's artwork, and here's some of mine. Seki is like an amazing artist right now, and I gotta say, it's just straight up foolishness not to see something like this right here. But anyway, yeah, let's talk Dragoncon, because I know we've been stalling for too long. Now, see here, Dragoncon is a Nice little convention here. Now, the thing about Dragoncon is that, like Comic Con all over the world, whether it be San Diego or New York, it's more than just anime. It's about comic books, it's about TV shows, past and present, all sorts of pop culture craziness. It's mad nuts. And like any convention of this particular caliber, you'd see all tons of celebrities, voice actors, developers of your favorite video games and television shows and movies. You got panels, you get autograph sessions, you have photo shoots, you got the dealer's room. And boy, does Dragoncon won't have a dealer's room that stacks right the fuck up. Dragoncon is split amongst at least 3 to 4 hotels with an America's Mart store / Galleria / convention center. Now, America's Mart is a convention center scattered across like 2 to 3 buildings. They have like all sorts of. Now, in the case of Dragoncon, they have like a gaming room. They have a series of gaming halls where you can have arcade, console gaming, and board games and other cool stuff. Then you have like at least 3 to 4 floors worth of vendors, whether it be artists, prop makers, weapons dealers, anything you can think of. Like, I've been rambling about this right now, so why don't I just get to it? So, the thing is, though, Dragoncon occurs during Labor Day. One thing to take note of is that Dragoncon occurs every Labor Day weekend. And that's like 5 days out of a week. That's almost an entire week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then and the succeeding Labor Day. No. I'm gonna be level with you though. Dragoncon hasn't been my biggest convention when compared to when compared to other cons like Momo and AWA or AWA, but it's a con that I enjoy going to. I've been to Dragoncon since 2007, and during that time I did some volunteer work for the convention, most specifically the artist alley, or like the art auction hall, which is always at the bottom part of the Hyatt Regency. What's also bottom there is like you got like a mini concert complete with singers, comedians. They have another one over at the America's Mart in downtown Atlanta, Georgia. I keep forgetting where that is. In the case of this year, though, like, it's pretty funny that it would also occur during a time where I wasn't doing too hot at work. Health was kind of a thing. And I'd rather it not be a thing. Another thing, though, is that with this year's Dragoncon, it would be the first time I would put strong emphasis on cosplay for the first time since 2013. 2013 was when I just basically cost tested the whole time. Now, another thing is that it's because of the nature of Dragoncon, it's super crowded. It gets super crowded super quick. And what that means is that you're gonna have a hard time going to your favorite hotel room, trying to get to your panel, that kind of thing, especially when you're in the downtown hotel districts in Atlanta. The Marriott is the biggest offender. The Marriott Hotel is one of the big offenders of the 4 hotels that Dragoncon occupies, because you have the atrium of the hotel where it is the most packed. You got people trying to get through, trying to go to their panels and whatnot. That's number 1. 2, you got people taking pictures of cosplay. 3, you got people trying to go to the pool. Then you got people trying to go to their hotel room. And I gotta say, it's really mad nuts trying to get through the Marriott without wanting to punch somebody in the face. But I will say this. It's still fun being at the atrium of the Marriott Hotel. One thing I did notice, though, was that the carpet for the Marriott Hotel had changed. And it got me thinking, maybe I should get out more. So that's a thing. Now, another thing was that Dragoncon, I didn't get started until like around Wednesday. And that was when people were already setting up for the convention, which for me it's like, yo, for real? But yeah. Well, yeah, I started going around Wednesday, and that was like around the time I started. That was like, now, on Wednesday, I was out and about, not really doing much, but then I ran into a friend of mine, and we went around the hotel district where Dragoncon would be held. And with that, it would be like it would be like 4 hotels, but the ones I went to the most were Hilton, Marriott, and Hyatt. That's like the central, they were like the central points of the convention. Marriott being at the very core, where the real fun goes down. But yeah, the person I was walking with, she actually got the hookup, as opposed to me, and as such, she had to volunteer in order to maintain that. So my walking companion had to do her job. Eventually do her job. Then came Thursday. Of course, I didn't drive. No. Not much really happened. No. We won't go to Thursday yet. Wednesday was when I was on that Wednesday I was at the Hilton. And there was where the guys over at the Hilton Hotel decided, hey, you know what? Why don't we just theme it out? Dragoncon's doing it, so, and we're their hosts, so why not put in a little theme? So they went with Jurassic Park. And what's cool about it was that not only did they give us some dinosaur motifs, they also provided us with like freaking a hashtag called Hilton World 2018. And for every time you post a tweet on Twitter or make a post on Instagram, your post or tweet, so long as it has that hashtag, would appear on one of their would appear on their monitors. And you will see your post right then and there. Give it like a couple of seconds or so, and there you have it. Me, I abused the ever-living daylights out of that. Like, hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna make my presence known. Like I was going to be the only person who's popular among a lot of con goers who were at the Hilton. Of course, that wasn't the case for obvious reasons, but at least my face was on there, and at least people know what Showa60 is, or at least I think that's the case. Nah, that's not it. Oh well, I tried, but that threw me for a loop, while at the same time it just left me surprised. Like, wow, Hilton really went out of their way in making sure that the people attending Dragoncon felt right at home. Now, of course, those who've never heard of any convention of this magnitude, let alone Dragoncon, would be like, hey, what's this? What's this going on? Like, yeah, this is Dragoncon. And you whip out that nice little explanation. Be like, it's our world now. On one hand, you feel like, welcome to our world. But on the other hand, it's like, nah, I think I'm just gonna tell you guys what this is and what we're about. This is Dragoncon. This is a convention dedicated to pop culture, comics, games, and anime, and all that beautiful stuff. And there you go. the official starting day, Thursday, that is when Dragoncon actually begins. And you know when the guards tell, or the security starts telling you that, hey, you can't go in here unless you have a hotel key card or a badge. Luckily for me, that Thursday, the badges were, well, the daily badges, which were the only ones afforded to me since I didn't pay in advance, was like freaking $10 at that time. Yeah, they were $10. Got it. So yeah, I got my badge, walked out with my Chocobo shirt on. Like, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, like, there's a black shirt that they sold at GameStop at one point. I think they still sell them today, where you have like this road sign with a silhouette of a Chocobo. It's a black shirt. Basically, what that is Chocobo crossing. Meaning you gotta stop while the Chocobos cross the street. Like, if you kill a Chocobo, then you're a terrible person. I'm sorry. But of course, this being a geek and nerd convention, of course, people who attend the convention, some people who attend the convention will figure out who the heck I am or what the heck shirt I'm wearing. Like, with me, if I'm not cosplaying, then I'm gonna wear a shirt that will attract the attention of the corresponding fandom. Like, if I wear a Chocobo crossing shirt, then I'm going to expect, like, Final Fantasy fans to start flocking and start asking questions like, where'd you get that shirt from? I think it's cool. Or they'll say, I think it's a cool shirt. Or if I'm wearing Team Finnegan or Team Falco, people will be like, hey, kick-ass shirt. But I like water types anyway. You know, just for kicks. Or if I wear Dragon, or if I wear the Kami-sen and Ryu shirt, or Son Goku's shirt, or, you know, that orange shirt with the kanji on the front and back. Yeah, I'm gonna wear that at a convention. I'm gonna wear those kinds of shirts at a con. You will know what kind of person. If I'm not cosplaying, you will at least know what I'm about. Back at MomoCon, of course, I walked with a red flannel button-up with a shirt under it, and I had a white wig on. Not the gray one. Not the green one that I normally wear when I cosplay with Noxus's clothing, but it was a jet white wig. See, when I had the jeans on and the red flannel and the shirt on with a shirt under it, and with the white wig especially, white and red, of course, apparently equals Dante when you're in a convention these days, and that irritated me to a slight bit, but at the same time, it was like, just roll with it. Hell, even a few famous YouTubers thought I was Dante, and I was like, I'm actually a character from a tokusatsu. Like, oh yeah, like another thing, like I had the transformation belt from Kamen Rider Gaim. You know what? Where is it? Where is it? It's just the belt straps. Come on. Where's the single driver at? No, that's the driver. No. Don't make me reach out in there. No, that's that backwards ash Logitech game controller. You know what? Why don't I just whip this out? But yeah, I had the Sengoku driver complete with lock seat. But unlike MomoCon, of course, I did not have a transformation device on me until I had my other cosplay, which I wore on Friday. Friday and Saturday were like the major days for cosplays at Dragoncon for me. And that was basically the case there. But yeah, Thursday was when I wore the Chocobo shirt. And of course, being a convention, I gotta take pictures of cool kick-ass cosplay, which at the very least I've managed to pull off. Now, if I hit up my Instagram, I have that sucker fired up and ready to go. No, I don't want to translate it. Alright, so but yes, this is like, these are the extents of my, okay, you know what? Alright, so we're gonna start with this one. But yeah, like, I did not know I was going to be going to Dragoncon until I showed up at Peachtree Center. And there's the info that says, there's the text that says hype level BU or Dragon, hashtag Dragoncon 2018. So this is where things really got started. You know, like one of the this is like one of the first cosplay sets I've seen from, and this is straight from Bob's Burgers. I think I remember the part where I started asking this dude, "How does it feel to have Archer run your company, run your restaurant?" I think, and he was like, Of course, I wanted to make that joke because the guy who played the title character, he's also the voice of Archer. He's also voice of the spy Archer from the self-titled show on FX, which I saw clips of that show and goddamn was it fucking funny. Sorry for the expletives. Okay, and this was me that same Wednesday at the Hilton Hotel. And this was the hashtag I was talking about earlier, hashtag Hilton World 2018. I was standing in an action-packed pose with my Zelda bag and my headphones wrapped around my neck, and there is this this happy-go-lucky dino motherfucker right here, just having a lit-ass time right now. Okay. This is me, yep, this is me at the Marriott. Looking all kinds of... And just this view alone, whether you're looking at it from the bottom or from the top, it is intimidating as hell. It's that crazy, man. Oh, and this is my Sherlock Holmes shirt, 221B Baker Street. Like, I had to get it. This is me again back at Hilton, just raising my hand in the air. A certain friend of mine in the comments is just like giving me a nice little motivation here, saying I rock. And this is what I was talking about when it came to Hilton. When they did the whole Hilton Park, Hilton World thing, they, like, whenever you put the hashtag on there, you'll see your face on the screen. You'll see your post on the screen, whether you're on Twitter or whether you're on Instagram. Because they're the authorities in hashtag. And this is me back on the train about to head home. Because unlike in AWA especially, I had to commute for this convention. It's a pain in the ass. This is my Thursday badge, of course, with my real name, Dwayne Hines, and this is my stage name, Showa60. This is my nickname / pet name, but yeah. Back at the Marriott. I know it says Hilton World, but I just had to do it because I like the attention. I'm kind of I was being such an attention whore at that time. Like, wow. Another year, another Dragoncon miss for me. Gotta get back into the con mood. Hey, Angel Max. It would have been really badass if you showed up. Which brings me to my next subject for a little bit. I'll probably expand on it a little time. Meeting people that I know on social media or through my convention experience, that was inevitable. Like, I've befriended like 3 cosplayers already at this convention. In case... Now... Damn. These 3 were from the Inuyasha. These 3 cosplayed as Inuyasha characters. This guy right here... No, this guy right here was Inuyasha. This lady was Kagome. And the cool chick in the glasses, that is... She cosplayed as Kikyo. I have not watched Inuyasha in such a long time. I don't know. I fell right out of it after a while. Then my brother got into it, but what do you do? So this is back at Hilton. Hashtag Hilton World 2018. I don't know if that's even valid anymore. This is me, and this is one of the Spider-Man cosplayers that I ran into. Like, old dude did not come alone either. Because, yeah, I took like 7 shots of this. Funny thing is, you and I have already met. First time was back in Momocon years ago. You know, yeah, that is true. We did meet at Momocon for the first time. Like, I took 7 pictures of this. And of course, ultimately, on Instagram, I've had people who basically want me to help them promote their site. Like, Wido. This post just now, also about this particular Instagram post, it attracted the attention of Japanese Instagrammers, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, yeah, in case you're wondering, these are the launch cosplayers. The one in the black hair is the nice launch, wouldn't hurt a fly launch. And the other is the blonde, and if you sneeze, also if you make her sneeze, she transforms into this gun-toting, shoot up the whole place kind of girl. Okay. Now, this cosplayer did a fantastic job dressing up as the little dragon from dressed up as the little dragon lolly. I forgot her name, but I know she's from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. A vast majority of the English dub is good, except for that one episode, but we will not discuss that. Here's me trying to do the 5-form Kung Fu Dragon pose. In case you're wondering what that box is, that's honey buns that I bought at the store. You know what? You're right. She did have blue hair, but I guess one of the cosplayers couldn't get a wig, couldn't get a blue wig or so. I'm not too sure. Now, this video right here, this I like because Yeah, this was at the America's Mart over. Yeah, Kanakamui. Kanakamui. Oh, I want to say you're talking about one of the games here. Now, here's another cool part about the arcade portion of this vendor of this room. This was done by Tokyo Attack. These were the same guys that hosted the arcade games for MomoCon in recent years. These guys are fantastic when it comes to bringing these games around. Like, you got the rhythm games, kind of like you got the rhythm games and such going on. That's number one. Second, you have the fighting games, which are placed in arcade cabinets and such. You have the shooting games, most notably Gunslinger Strato Sigma, Bone Eater. Oh! No, that's the name of the Dragon Lolly from... Oh, yeah. Kanna Kamui. That's her name. Okay, so that's her name. I'll remember. I'm going to remember that. I'm so sorry. Like, her name was always on the tip of my tongue, but I could never get her name so quick. That memory lapse is a pain in the face. This is the Red Blood Cell cosplayer. She's cosplaying as the Red Blood Cell, obviously, from the Cells at Work anime, which a lot of people seem to like. And I can understand, because not only does it seem like a kick-ass anime, it also makes for great meme fodder. Like, she was the first cosplayer for Cells at Work that I've seen so far. Then, like, sometime later, I would see the White Blood Cells and the Playlets. Well, yeah, more on that later. It's funny how anime, especially like this, would make you want to learn stuff. Now, this one... Like, if you are a Star-Lord cosplayer post-Infinity War at this point, then don't be surprised if this happens.
Okay, it's a good plan. I like it, but how much about me do the plan? Because it sucks, and I don't want it to suck. Wow.
I have to check in on that one. Only video I saw about it was from ProZ. I hope I'm not pronouncing that wrong, because if I did, then I am terribly sorry for butchering that YouTuber's name. But yeah, there were tons of Star-Lord cosplayers, and that was a given, of course. And after the trailer and the Infinity War movie, all I wanted to do was recite that line. Well, mostly the trailer version, where he's like, okay, let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good. I mean, you gotta admit, Star-Lord really set himself up for a self-appointed dick measuring contest with Thor. And it all started with Thor, then with everybody else, especially when it came to the plan or whatever. And but yeah, it was really fun doing that with this dude. And of course, there was this. You know, this did nothing. This insert villainous figure name here did nothing wrong meme is kind of interesting. Funny, yet at the same time, the biggest load of bullshit I've ever seen. But I just cannot help but laugh and smile about it, because it's clear they did wrong, and I don't know if they're doing this ironically or because the villain has like a very valid argument. I don't know. But I saw this sign throughout the entire convention ever since Thursday. I thought it was fucking funny. Thor, then Iron Man, then Doctor Strange, then Peter. Lost all of them, sadly. Oh, yeah, that was horrible. Yeah, that was like a terrible sight. Oh, God. Then there was this. This happened at the Marriott. But yeah, that was me saying all lies, because we all know what Thanos did was a load of BS. But yeah, Thanos did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong, all right. But yeah, the guy who did that particular cosplay of Thanos has done a spectacular job. And again, this was all on a Thursday. Like, that was freaking beautiful. It was like their own little reenactment of the fight on the fallen planet of Titan. Now, this was on Friday. This was during Friday. Here's the Bride of Kill Bill, Beatrix Kiddo. Gotta finish that video. But yeah, she was very spectacular with her cosplay. Also, she also hung around with a group of other cosplayers who dressed up as the Crazy 88. And I thought that was freaking cool. If Thanos was so smart, why didn't he use the Infinity Gauntlet? You know, you're not the only person who said that, though. I've heard a lot of people say that so much. But here's the thing, though. Thanos is... See, he's called the Mad Titan for a reason. Then there's this Rainbow Dash cosplayer. Now, that particular brand of cosplay I think is pretty cool. And I know someone who does this as well. She goes by the name of Mayako Creates. She has an Instagram. Like, if... But yeah, if you have an Instagram, go to her page. You'll definitely like what she has. You'll definitely like what she has going on. I think it's a good site. Like, she does a lot of yarn work. She does dresses. I think she does those for herself, but I'm not sure. But if she asks, tell her that Showa sent you. And here's the Lex Luthor cosplay, and I'm mad as hell that this is actually canon in the comics. This dude stole cakes. That bothered me, yet at the same time made me laugh. How in the hell is that a fucking achievement, my guy? Also, we have Zero from the Rockman X series. This cosplay right here. This right here was pretty dope. Sword, armor, and everything. And of course, you have yours truly dressed up as Captain Marvelous from Kaizo Sentai Gokaiger. I did a YouTube video about him, so yeah, check that out when you get a chance. Here we have a Harley Quinn cosplayer. Yeah, the old school comics. But yeah, Lex Luthor, I think he brought it up in animated movie or in later comics about how he stole those cakes? And of course, Square Enix cosplays, particularly Nier Automata and the Final Fantasy games, and Kingdom Hearts, of course. We have 9S, who's freakishly tall at this point, and then we have 2B. And let's not forget the Crimson, oh god, Crimson Chin from Fairly Odd Parents. Like, that was a very, very kick-ass cosplay right here. Okay. And this is your... Like, this is me on the way to the convention on that Friday. Here I am in the game room. Oh god. I gotta tell you about this little situation I had going on. See, now, I was at the game room and I was on the second half of that room where there was console gaming. And, my dumbass decided, thinking that, oh, it's gonna load quick. They have save. They have pre-saved game files and shit. Like, hey, you know what? I want that new Kingdom Hearts game that new Kingdom Hearts collection that just came out. So I could be primed and ready to go for Kingdom Hearts 3, which is coming out next year. So I got that game. So I got Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.5 HD Remix. God damn, that was a long fucking name. And I waited for fucking 15 minutes for the game to load. I waited 15 minutes. The whole time I was taking selfies and stuff. Like, that was me. Like, this face hides the irritation and lack of patience I've had. And I played for less of those minutes. I mean, it couldn't be helped, but at the same time, it was like, oh, why? Now we cut to Saturday. This is where I dressed up as Final Fantasy XV's Noctis, and I kept saying it like that. If there was a drinking game for it, I would participate. And here's some more pictures. We have Chun-Li cosplay, we have Tony Stark cosplay. But yeah, fun fact, in the Japanese audio of Final Fantasy XV, Keiji Fujiwara voiced Arden, which is the main antagonist of the game. Sorry if I spoil it for you guys who've never played this game before or actually gave a crap. But also, Fujiwara is the official Japanese dub voice for Robert Downey Jr., who plays Iron Man in the MCU films. And this was me at the waiting line for my badge, for my Saturday badge. Because life. This was also one of those instances where I got to meet a couple of people who I've only known through social media. But this wasn't the first time though, but this was where I met cosplay model and Twitch streamer Julia Denham, who was also a huge Toku nerd, mind you. Like, she was really sweet. Like, if you don't believe... Like, we met for the first time, we hugged. Like, she gives really good hugs. If you don't believe me, this is what she said in the comments. Like, I shit you not. This is exactly what she said. There's another YouTube... Now, also, there's another internet celebrity who I've known for quite a while, who also made an appearance, but we'll get to him later. We have a few other bomb-ass cosplayers and models and stuff that also made an appearance. another 2B cosplayer. We also have freaking Waldo here. Finally found his ass. See, here's the thing. Now, on that day, Saturday was when the most stuff happened. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that every Saturday of Dragoncon there is a parade. There is a cosplay parade, and it was orchestrated by the fans and made for fans. And also, unlike the rest of the convention, the parade is free. Like, there's free admission there. You got the 501st Legion that vanguards the whole thing. And you got a couple of other cool cosplayers, both new and veterans, which is kind of fun. But yeah, back to the main point here. I was strolling down through the entire Hyatt Regency, and I met this one dude who was like, "Hey, you want to go on a quest? I want you to find Waldo because the dude owes me money," which he really didn't. But the thing was, this guy was one of those people that would give out random quests to people, to passerbys of the convention, and it's your job to meet those quests. Once you have done your task, you take a picture, then you go to that dude, and he's like, "Hey, congratulations, you win a prize." I didn't get that prize, and I didn't get to see him soon after I completed my quest. But yeah, speaking of RPG shit, when I was leaving the Hyatt Regency one time and making my way to America's Mart just to play some games, I saw this one dude who was like, "Press X to talk." And he was like, "Welcome to Dragoncon." And whenever you press X, like in an RPG, you would say the exact same thing. Like, you know how in some RPGs, like, if you try to talk to the same character over and over again, thinking that something different will happen, which is insanity, by the way, he or she will tell you the exact same old thing again and again and again and again. This is a Riku cosplayer, Riku from Kingdom Hearts 2 and 358/2. Then we have this Black Wonder Woman cosplayer who I thought was really hot. And we have then we have a Rule 64 gender bent cosplay of Doctor Strange. You'll be seeing a lot of those. Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. Not Marvelous, but Marvel. Now, this lady, I just found out who she was. Let me go to my phone here. Holy fuck. But yeah, I think her name... But yeah, this is like the first time No, I didn't realize who she was until I scrolled down the hashtag Dragoncon 2018, and turns out that her name is Beautiful Diz. Oh yeah, to the dudes out there that want to follow her, you're welcome. Like, I didn't know she was a famous... I didn't know she was I didn't know she was a model who would take pictures and such until she gave me her personal information. So, there you go. If you like what you see, you're welcome. So, no, yeah. Oh shit. Okay, this was at the Final Fantasy and Square Enix photo shoot. Now, there are pictures of me circulating around the internet, and if you're one of those people that took a picture, then congrats. Thank you guys so much. And this is a Die Ranger cosplayer. And for those of you who don't know, Die Ranger was the season that Power Rangers did not fully adapt. I say that because the only things they took from Die Rangers were the Monsters of the Week and the Zords. Now, there's a reason why I took a picture of it. Now, there's a reason why I took these pictures. Because, as you can see here, or if you can't, these two got engaged on that day. Like, several hours afterwards, Now, here's how it went down. Like, I sat down, I took a break. I just took a break and decided, hey, you know what, I'm hungry, I want pizza. And I find out that these two right here got married. So, if any of you guys are watching, if you're in this picture and you're watching, then more power to you guys. Congratulations. I wish nothing but the best for y'all. Okay, you playing. Now, this was taken Sunday. Now, I had no intention of going to Dragoncon on Sunday, but then I changed my mind and was like, hey, you know what harm could it do? And like that, I did. And of course, being this is that kind of con, I messed around and got the butt scratcher. Butt scratcher, butt scratcher. You know how that goes. And we got some serious men of culture here. And this is kind of inevitable online because, you know, boobs. And now that I think about it, this picture is actually from Konosuba, which is an isekai parody. Isekai literally meaning alternate world or whatnot. I met these two ladies at Dragoncon for the first time. I actually mistaked her for somebody that I used to know years ago. But after that, we became like the best of friends. And then there was her friend, whom we became mutual soon after. Like, we all had familiar faces, and that's basically how we linked. And of course, this is my little advertisement for my late-ass live stream tonight. It's like 11 now, and we are freaking... Damn. How far are we in this right now? We are less than an hour in right now. These are the 4 badges I have, and there's still more. Now, some of you might know this guy, but for those of you for the 100,000s of you who don't know who he is, this is Jim Kelly. He is a prominent Power Ranger. He is a prominent Power Ranger and Tokusatsu fan, and is also a Toku cosplayer. He's best known for his cosplay of Kamen Rider Kuga, Kamen Rider Kiva, Dante from Devil May Cry 4. Prior to all of this, he's done Maji Red, aka the Red Mystic Force Ranger. He has also done other Kamen Riders on rare occasions. This guy is ridiculously funny. Oh yeah, he also does voice work for this one horror story, which is pretty cool. He did like a live reading, and he also gave blood. He was in... Now, for those of you, if you have been to Paramorphicon and ran into this guy, then you have done yourself the greatest favor of your life by meeting a very, very kick-ass cosplayer / celebrity. Here we have some more pictures from Dragoncon. Pictures of Satoshi and Pikachu. If you don't know who Satoshi is, he's called Ash here in America. This is a cosplayer, Naruhodo-kun, that I found, and it was really funny. We challenged each other with the original Japanese lines that Naruhodo-kun was about. We have this lady dressed in straight up Hufflepuff. this dude cosplaying as Banjo Ryuga from Kamen Rider Build. It would have been nice if he wore the belt, but he did say that it actually hurt him like hell. Oh, and this right here. This was the stuff of legend. These guys put in a lot of serious ass effort into making this. This was of me dressed as Noctis and this guy dressed up as Eve. His name is John Kenpop. He's also a good cosplayer that I discovered. Like, yeah, like that was freaking cool. This one is essentially Cinderella. But yeah, the Flintstone one, that was the most kick-ass cosplay set I've seen. Another person who I met from social media, who I finally got to see in person. This one, he's really cool. Then we got this dude dressed up as Key of Egoism Goku, or Ultra Instinct. And we got another Instagram shout out. Okay, we're gonna take a short break. Be right back. Side note, Zeal's transformation looks just like Evolt's black hole transformation. That sounds pretty dope right there. Now I'm gonna have to check that out. But yeah, we'll be right back. Take a quick commercial break, pay a few bills,